Everyone, today I'm going to show you how we make our 3D letters, how we design them, how we get to what they are ready to put on the 3D printer, and then we'll try and show you some time-lapse videos. So let's get started. First of all, we've got to get an SVG of the actual letter. In this case we're going to do, well, I'll have a look in a second, but let's go over to Lightburn because we need to make an SVG. Let me just... So, here in Lightburn, we click text, place it on there, and we're going to do the letter R. No, let's do the letter E. The reason why I'm in an iron is because the letter E, I'll show you why. So we'll choose the font, which is that. We know that I know the height because the sign I'm doing at the minute, 157.5. I can zoom in, and there's his letter E. Now, if I do a cutout of that, I need that as well when doing the letter. So we'll duplicate it. Control D gives us 2. This one we shall export as, we'll chuck it, we'll have a new folder, temp for the video, and we'll call it letter E all, so that's the whole E, that's the SVG. Now on this one I just want that middle bit, so we go to tools, no not tools, arrange, break apart. I mean, there might be an easier way of doing this, I don't know. You can go to the scissors and we can start cutting out, get rid of all this, or we don't want it. Or there is another way, which is to select it all, hit delete, delete, delete. There we go. So we've just got that shape. So we select it all. Now that's in, because we've broken it apart, it's lots of little bits. If I click off, there's that little bit, there's that little bit, there's that, and so on. So we'll select it all and group it, so it is now one piece. Can't select little pieces anymore. Because it's made up of pieces, we need it to be one solid piece, not lots of little pieces. And I'm not sure if no, we can't use the boolean. So we make an outside shape, an offset, all the way on the outside, 0.1 of a mil, will do. We zoom in, so we've got now, so that's the original, that's the new one. Ungroup, delete the original, which was made up of all those little parts. So now we've got an offset of 0.1 mil. Select it all. Let's do another offset going inwards, 0.1 of a mil. Now let's zoom right in again, and it deleted the original. For some reason the outwards keeps the original even though it's ticked to delete the original. So now we're back to his original shape, but it's one solid piece. When I click it, there. And we can export that as the E inner. Okay, so now we've got those two parts to the E, outer, well, the whole thing and the inner. So now we jump over to Tinkercad. There we go. And we can import them two parts. So let's import, choose the file. Where did I put it? We'll have the E all. Click art. I don't think it makes much difference. It's 0.01 of a mil difference. So I just click art anyway. And imports our letter E. Now we want the other shape. So click off that. Click import. We want the E inner. Import. Right, so we have our two parts to our letter E. Yeah. So initially we set the height of that, which is, by my accounts from the letter I'm making, 13.5 millimeters. We'll deal with that one in a minute. And we've got to make 3 duplicates. So Control D, 1, 2, 3. You can have one up there, it's going to be the face, one over there, one over there, one over, and still the middle one. So the first one, oh, ignore that, sorry. Start again. Before duplicating them, turn your quality up full on both parts. It saves you doing it individually then. So 3 lots. 1, 2, 3. One over there, one over there, one over there, and as original. Now let's make this one. Oh, they're all 13.5, which is fine. That's fine. So the first one we want to make a silhouette. Do I? Can't remember now. Let's have a look. No, we don't want a silhouette. You want an outer line. And we want it sharp? No, we want it round. And the distance for the outer line is 2 millimeters. Okay. So that's 2 millimeters, and we're still at 11.5. So we've got our main E. Now this is going to be the back of the letter. So that wants to be, from memory, 2. Outer lines 2. Well, so 1.5. Sorry, 1.5. That's the back. This goes over the top, and there's this wall. We'll line it all up in a minute. Now this wants to go inside there to give us a lip. So we choose this one and we go inner line. And the inner line wants to be 1 millimeter round, 1 millimeter. But the height of this wants to be a little bit lower, so we're going to go 11.5. Now, so that will give us the lip inside. It's pointless trying to line it up because we ain't going to. That's the face. So now we select it all, press letter L for a line, want the centre that way, and we want them all centred that way. There you go. So now you can see you've got that in there. We can group that, make it all one, and then push it to one side. Now we're going to do the same for that middle piece. So we want, but the opposite way around. So we want the inner. Let's make duplicates. I don't think we need 3 on this one because we're not going to have a face. But I've done 3. So we'll have that one. We'll have an outer line, which is going to be the lip. So the outer line wants to be 1 mil, and again round. And we want an inner one to be again round. What did I say? 2 mil. So that one is 13.5 to match. And this one should be 11.5. Now, we don't need them to be honest, because this is not, it's going to be see-through. So we only need these 2. So again, just put them, it doesn't even have to be close. Select them all, L, and we'll line them up central that way, group them, union group. That's now one piece. Okay, now this is the sort of tricky bit. And the best way to line them up, you've always had your snap grid on 1 mil, is go roughly, but can you tell? Well, glad it's a different colour, because if you flip it all the way upside down, like that, we can now go in and we can see the black line is the cutout. So we select the pink one and we can use our arrow keys and line it up. So that's in that corner there now. So I want half of that. So across one, down one. You see the distance there and the distance here. So hold on, got that wrong, didn't I? There, that's better. It's because it's backwards. There. My up key is going down and my down key is going up. But if you look at the pink and the black, and we're all symmetrical. So when I flip that over, that's like that. Now his face is going to be only 1.5mm. And basically that is going to be up by 11mm or whatever, and it's going to just fit snug there. Okay, and that's going to fill all the gaps. Now it is, yes, a tight fit. But, you know, a little bit of sanding, a good 3D printer, and it's not a problem. So just to be sure, we'll make this all one piece, and that's how we do our letters. So the letter E. Now what we'll do is we'll get the back, we'll export as an STL. Off that goes down to my download. Oh, ignore that, let's call it letter E back. Now export STL, and it's saved as letter E back. We'll rename that now to the letter E. Enter, and we'll select just the front and export that STL. Didn't flash up that time, but there it is. Now what we can do is go into our slicer, which I haven't got set up through OBS, but it's as simple as that. You would 3D print that in whatever colour you want, and then 3D print that in whatever colour you want, snap that inside there, and job's a good one. You've got your letter. So I shall get that on the 3D printer. Thanks for watching. I'll give you a quick update coming up soon. Okay, so fresh off the printer, we have the back, letter E, and we've done the face in a nice white. And then if I go to this one, you'll see, and then all it does is that's dropped on the floor, which is a good drop test. Survived. And it just snaps into place straight from the printer. Nice and snug. And there's your letter. It looks backwards on the film, on the thing. Letter E. And we've got the letter E. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe, and we'll try and get some more videos out to you soon. Cheers, thanks for now. Bye bye.